Hello, friends. This is Asi, and you are watching Why I Do What I Do. You are connected with 1 Minute Motivation Community, the place to be connect with positive individuals who can make a real difference in your life. So, we are going to talk about entrepreneurship and partnership today. And most of the people jump into business partnership way too fast and wind up paying the price. Of course, there are a lot of business partners or other partnerships that are very successful, and there are other businesses who have partnered up in the beginning positively and have blown up or have gone terribly wrong in the process. So I can vouch myself as a very good example. And I lost a very close friend because of the business that I started because the partnership didn't sync together. So leaving that story aside, today we have two good friends who started their entrepreneurship 3 years back. And today we are going to share their story with you. Friends, please help me on welcoming Ranmali and Fazla, co-founders of Butterfly Effect Training Partners. Welcome to my show, Ranmali and Fazla. I'm super excited to have you guys here with me.
Everyone.
I won. So so you know that we only have about 30 minutes, so we are going to have this little chit chat within this 30 minutes to give the maximum positive answers or rather positive impact to our audience, right? So let me dig into the questions now. I want to start maybe let's start about your beginning. Tell me about your story. Tell me about your journey.
Right. Talking about our journey, I must first tell you about how both of us met. We met around 10 years ago. At the time, we were doing similar work, both from teaching backgrounds or training backgrounds. So we were in organizations doing the same job, but we didn't actually meet each other as much. So we had different experiences. We networked with different sort of people. We acquired different skills on the way. And there were times in our journey, I'm talking about 3 years, before 3 years ago, where we met and where we discussed similarities of what we would like to do in the future. All right. So every encounter, every meeting sparked a plug. And then we knew, okay, we want to do something great. We want to be recognized and we want to start that inspiring business. So that was one part of how we came up with what we do today. The next thing is, I think this is more drawn towards my experience because I think that people have been measured with different yardsticks, and not all yardsticks would measure the entire person correctly. So I felt like I was measured by the wrong yardstick, where maybe I was expected to do something else. But luckily, in all that journey, I figured out somewhere in my life, in some point in my life, okay, I wanted to make a change. And that's when I kind of met Ranmali. And she, like I said before, sparked that plug. And then we started off just like that.
So to add to what Fazla said, see, business is in our blood. We both come from business families and we've been in and out of our family businesses from our childhood. And knowingly or unknowingly, our fathers became our first mentors who taught us the first lessons of business. So that's how we got this idea. This inner calling was actually instilled and it was in us from a very long time. And when we looked at our qualifications and our skills and competencies and the sectors we worked, business, HR, language, all that made a lot of sense. And when we looked at those qualifications and the areas that we work, it made perfect sense. And this was the best and the right thing to do, to start our own business. And we strongly believe when you start a business entity, part of you is embedded. Your qualities, your values, your craziness, your quirky personality. And we wanted to create something to showcase that as well. And in turn, help people. Because the thing is, Asi, every day when we wake up to do what we do, we know that we are going to change someone's life, inspire someone, help a team, a department, an organization to develop, help them grow their top line, bottom line. And we know that the big picture is that we are helping to develop the human capital of Sri Lanka, and we are actually making a big impact to the economy indirectly or directly. So that feeling is, you can't describe it. To do this every day, it's a blessing.
It's what keeps us alive, actually.
Wow, beautiful answer, guys. Beautiful answer. So I know, as an entrepreneur, I know it is not easy to run a business, and you need to face so many challenges. And you can be real good in the front, but behind the curtain, the story is completely different, right? So, what sort of challenges you have faced as entrepreneurs, and how you overcame them?
I'm sure Ranmali will agree with me, Asi. If you look at our schedules, our diaries, each box in it is different with different colors because we don't have that dynamic or set routine. So every day is a new day and a new experience. So we might be training on a certain day. On the next day, we'll be at an office space creating something. So I think managing that is a bit challenging. But on the other hand, I think that's also a skill an entrepreneur has to have. And although it's challenging, I think we balance it out well. We have constant reminders that help us stay on the schedules we've made already. So that's one challenge I'd like to talk about. And the other is about people not understanding or still referring to us as teachers rather than trainers. With all due respect, teachers are great. I've been a teacher myself, but now both of us have moved on to becoming trainers. So we feel the experience is quite different than in a classroom. In a training room, you have different kind of audience and the expectations are way different. So even when clients call us up, we hear the word teacher and we'd like to be better known as trainers because that's exactly what we do. And that's the reason for starting this entire thing.
So Fazla's right. Even I've experienced the same thing. And when talking about a business, Asita, any business in Sri Lanka or in any country has unique challenges and also challenges that are common. So it can be political, it could be economical, socio-cultural, or even big challenges like a lockdown, or maybe last year our business did get affected by the East attacks. But these challenges are what actually excites us because we then get to develop a new business plan, a social media stride, and it also makes us humble enough to talk to people, ask for help, collaborate with people, develop ourselves, learn a new skill, be more agile. And with that, we get these amazing synchronicities. And that is what opens new avenues. So our challenges have always been our blessings. To add to what Fazla said, I read this on Facebook. Someone had said, "I wish people had business showers like baby showers to celebrate when someone starts a business. I wish the topic or this subject of entrepreneurship or this profession or whatever you call it is celebrated like the other things we celebrated. We don't really see that. We have our ecosystem, we have our support groups, but it's something that people need to celebrate, encourage, and make people understand that it's not about profit and loss, but it's this crazy journey that if you feel like, you should start.
What I love of that answer is, Ran, you said you you take challenges as blessings, and I believe it is a good way of looking at challenges, and also something that intrigued me. Also, you also said the challenges that excites you. So I believe many entrepreneurs should take this, or rather enhance these skills when they face any challenge, right? Something I mean, a little more clarification I wanted to know. You said that one challenge that you face is managing skills, like day to day you have tasks. So how do you as partners do that?
Question. Very good question. So we have a very we have lovely schedules, I must say. Our diaries are beautiful. When anyone sees it, everybody has to comment on it because they're so lovely. And we make sure that we have our stationery to complement whatever we write on that. So one way we support each other is the simplest way, I guess, everybody would do. Remind each other, okay, tomorrow we've got this. So please be there on time, something like that. Apart from that, we are in conversation on every single day. We are in conversation. So somehow the topic is brought up about what we need to do next. Apart from that, we kind of have this, I don't want to call it chemistry, but this understanding that the other person is bound to forget something. I know that she will forget this, and I keep pushing her and reminding her of certain things. Vice versa, I forget certain things as well, and we constantly remind each other. But what we don't do is see that as a weakness. Okay, it's like accepting each other for what we are, and just going ahead.
To add to that, we love the word planning. So things happen at in our organization. We plan things well in advance, and we rarely change those plans. Sometimes the plans, actually, the initial conversations starts maybe 1 month ahead, and our training schedules, our planning schedules, deadlines, schedules for our creative work, all that is in this schedule box, color coded. So, and we both share that habit. So it's really easy to manage this fluid, dynamic schedules.
Wonderful. Something I captivated in that your answer is like leveraging each other's strength and help your business to grow together, right? Beautiful. And I know even in the best partnership, challenges may come out, right? And as business partners, you need to create an unshakable relationship. So, so I would like to know, how does your partnership work? Can you explain a little bit in that?
I think I gave one part of that answer before, where you don't see each other's drawbacks as drawbacks, but rather understand it and work around it. For example, she knows that I'm a penchant for time, and she isn't. She's a real cool cucumber who'd send an assignment after the deadline. Okay, I know this is a bad example for our students, but that's how it is. So I know that, and inside me, it really bugs. Oh my God, she's not sending her assignment. It really bugs me. But I've accepted in my mind that that's her, and that's what keeps her this live wire. The moment the mistakes die, she's not going to be who she is. And I don't know whether we could go ahead with one element just lost like that. Okay, so the biggest message I would like to give anyone or partners who are thinking of starting a business or in business is, yes, we all work we are brought up in different ways. We've been brought up in different ecosystems, different networks, so we've absorbed different things. I appreciate differences and move forward. Always move forward. So that's one. Another thing would be trust. Yeah, it would be trust. There are certain instances where we both cannot be at the same place at the same time due to other constraints, but she or I have trust in each other that you are going to make a great show today. And we make sure, if you look at our chat on WhatsApp or our text messages, you'll always say, good job, go rock it, you can go do it, shine. So we keep motivating each other. And I think that's a big aspect as well, where you see each other's, even the slightest movement as an important one. It's like celebrating entrepreneurship. You appreciate every single movement.
Asita, I'd like to add to that. Faz, if I'm late, it means that I'm getting ready.
Okay.
See, in our partnership, there's absolutely no competition. We are here to push each other, celebrate each other's strengths, help each other when they're struggling, give them a pat on the back. And we, in our business, we allow people to experiment. She can experiment a new business idea. I can do that. And even if it fails, it's totally fine. We forget about it and we learn our lessons. That's another thing in business and business partnerships. You have, see, Asita, I'm sure you would have seen great partnerships in business in the field of cricket or music, and you see that it's a decade or 2 decades of great partnership. It's like having a left-hand batsman and a right-hand batsman and putting up a brilliant partnership, right? So there's never been competition. It's also our business is based on a lot of crazy stuff, our humor. Every day it's funny, it's crazy, something happens. So there's that part of it. And we also know we are always on the same page. When it comes to business, when it comes to meetings, clients, we trust each other's gut feelings because it's always right all the time. If we smell a rat, it is a rat. So like she said, it's that chemistry, that understanding, that mutual respect. And Asita, we know when to switch on our business partner hat and when to switch off. We have lots of mutual friends, we hang out together, but we also know that as individuals, we are completely different people, but people have seen us together and accepted 2 of us as this dynamic duo. So that's how we celebrate our partnership.
One thing to add to what she said again, we always have each other's backs, even in our professional lives and our private lives. Be it a celebration, be it a drawback, be it anything, we have each other's backs. It's not about advising each other here. She never tells me what to do, I never tell her what to do either. But it's just about being there for each other, and knowing that is really important and really makes you even more confident to go ahead with whatever you think of doing.
Wow, I love that answer. I love that. In summary, so which means that you don't see your drawbacks as drawbacks. Understanding each other is one point, and appreciate the differences. Trust is the key word, and encouraging and motivating each other. And I love this answer. No competition. It's you encourage each other, push each other. Beautiful, and allowing to experiment. That's something that I think many entrepreneurs should do. And trusting the gut feeling. Many entrepreneurs, I don't see partners, or rather, going into that area. So trusting the gut feeling. And also, you know when to switch on and switch off, when to be the friend, when to be the partner, and always, to have your own backs. So that's beautifully you narrated that answer, Faz and Ran. And I know the time is not a luxury that we have. Like, we have another 10 minutes more to conclude. I would like to give you the final question rather. So most of us wanted to be their own boss, start something new, be an entrepreneur. So I know both of you are still working in an organization, yet successfully running a business at the same time, right? So what is the advice would you give to young men and women who wanted to pursue their journey as an entrepreneur?
Okay, so let me start. So when people know that you have this business idea, you would hear them always constantly repeating this. Make a business plan. Make sure you have a financial plan. So, do you have capital? These voices were always repeated. Okay, and for a moment, I mean, it did scare us, I wouldn't say, but then you have to take that shot with or without the advice they give you. Once you take your first stride, things will fall into place, and you have to have trust in you as well. So that's one advice I'd say. Of course, listen, if you're trusting someone, listen to them, all right, but don't stop yourself from starting what you've already thought of.
Asita, you know, they say the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. So entrepreneurship is something like that. If you have an idea, go start it. You don't have to follow the traditional plan of a business plan, finding investors, finding money, finding a place. None of that works. We're talking about virtual offices. We're talking about a gig economy. Come on, guys, right? You can do this with a laptop. And those who want to do it, just start. It's the best decision you'll ever make. Trust me.
One more thing.
Amazing. Yes, please, Fuzzy.
This is for people or parents who are entrepreneurs and who run massive, big or small businesses, either way. All right. The message we'd like to give them is allow your sons and daughters to be part of your business. Let them see it, let them touch it, let them feel it. Your sons and daughters may embrace the business. If so, well done. Then maybe if you had expectations, they are fulfilled. But if they haven't, they will start embracing something they love. But let them feel your business. Your sons and daughters need to feel it.
Asita, I told you that my father was like my mentor. And when I was small, he took me, my dad's business was in Peta. So I used to walk with him in these first cross street, second cross street, you name it. And one thing that caught my eye was there were name boards and it all said, and sons. And this 7-year-old, 8-year-old used to ask, well, I used to ask myself, where are the daughters? So our message today is girls, start your businesses. Parents, include your daughters also in their businesses and their business decisions. This is why I call myself the Peta merchant's daughter, and she calls herself the coffee maker's daughter. Because we came with that background. So that's one big message. That's a common message we have. So that's a turning point for a family business, the next generation. So do that wisely. That's our wish.
Wow, beautiful answer. I hope our viewers, parents especially, please, if you have a son or a daughter, irrespective of the gender, please get them involved in your business. Let them feel what you are doing. Thank you so much. We managed to, speak a wide range of area in terms of building a partnership, how this partnership can assist to grow your business, or rather as an entrepreneur. So now we are coming into the second section. We call it Fire 5, which means that I'm going to ask you 5 powerful questions, and every answer should be one word to one sentence, right? So who's going to go first, whether it's Run or Fuzz?
Alphabetical order.
All right. Okay, Fuzz. So I'm going to give you 2 choices. What would you choose? But you can only choose one, right, out of these choices. So hypothetically speaking, the plot is you're losing profits in your organization, in your company. There's no way of building the company back. Option A, give up Butterfly Effect Training Partners for $1 million. Option B, stick with your partner and start a new business from the scratch.
I have a question about the first answer.
Yeah. Can we share that?
So, you need to select one. No questions. You can't question me that.
Well,
With the ulterior motive.
yeah, A with the ulterior motive.
You need to select one. You have a choice to give up butterfly effect for $1 million, or stick with run and start, or rather investing on another business.
I'd sit with Run because sitting with her for 1 hour we would come up with a crazy and brilliant idea. So we'd go for a second phase somehow
Okay.
and make
Great.
it happen too.
Lovely. Second question. To be fair, I'm going to give you two choices to you also, Run, but you can only select one. The plot is you have a partner, and your partner says to give up on your business. So the choice is give up butterfly effect training partners and live a happy family life with your partner, or give up on him and stick with your friend and invest time on BTP.
Tough one. See, A will not happen because I ain't gonna choose a partner who's that narrow-minded.
So, so the plot is you have a partner. You need to select out of these two. What is your selection?
I'm gonna go with B.
B, the second point.
Yes.
Okay, awesome, right? So third one, first. So you have a chance to meet your favorite author, and what are the two questions that you ask from him or her?
So my favorite author would be Vishen Lakiani, and the two questions I'd ask him would be, how does he speak so well? Okay, I think I'm in awe when I speak to him. Number two, how does he stay so fit?
Awesome. So Ran, your turn. Two questions you ask from yourself every day. If you don't ask, then you can create one now.
Yes. How can I get better? That's number one. And I constantly ask myself whether I am doing what I'm doing and whether that's whether there's a link to where I want to be in maybe 3 years or 4 years or 5 years.
Great. Thank you so much. So the last question, I'm going to leave it open, but you both can actually answer. What is your superpower?
One.
No. Both can answer.
One superpower.
Yeah. Just one. Both can answer. One superpower.
My superpower would be creativity. Well, I won't say creativity, but the ability to turn things around and make it look nice. I mean, sellable, to be able to sell something
Okay, good.
or to appreciate it. So I think I can do it.
Yeah, everything is figure outable. That's what she keeps saying.
Awesome. Ran, what is your superpower?
In times of crisis, I become very, very strong and unstoppable.
I agree.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ran and Faz, for joining with me, or rather joining with our community and sharing your intelligence with us. And both you have shared so much light about this topic. I'm sure our audience, our viewers have taken so much from you. And friends, thank you so much for investing your precious time with us. And I deeply appreciate your love, because we are a community fueled and nourished by your love and your energy, and what you are presenting every single day to us. So friends, if you think this discussion will help to change someone's life, please do share with them, leave a comment or suggestions on the comment section, so we can learn from each other, so we can support and help you, or rather serve you better. So until next time, be phenomenal. Send you a lot of love and blessings. Thank you so much again, Ran and Faz, for joining with us, joining with our community, for sharing your knowledge. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Ashika.
Asi, and One Week Motivation as well. Bye-bye.
Until next time, be strong.
Bye-bye.